Hello everyone. Today I've had what my grandma used to call a brainwave. At least I think it's a brainwave. It's what my grandma used to think was a good idea. I have recently taken delivery of these. Now these are Cosmic Shimmers opal polishes, not the what are they called? Oh Lord, what's that called? Not the gilding polish. This is opal polish, and opal polishes have a very different effect depending upon the colour of card that you use. I've got these four. This one is called Summer Sky. This one is called Gilded Apricot. This one is called Yellow Limes. And this one is called Lilac Rose. Now, when they are put onto black cardstock, that is that one, that is that one, and that is that one. This one is that. These ones all have like a gold effect on black card. On white card, they are the colours pretty much that you see. Apart from this one comes out bright purple. So, anyway, what I was thinking was, if they come out a different colour on white to black, wouldn't it be nice if I could get white and black on the same card and kind of see what effect it has? Now, I haven't done this, so I don't know what's going to happen. I have dug out two 3D embossing folders. This one is Poppies by Presscut. This one is something else. What is it? China. It's a Sizzix, and it might be mistletoe, but it's just kind of foliage and berries. I don't know what it's called. I could have a look and find the thing. And I thought perhaps a bird might be nice with the berry one, and a flying creature, either a butterfly or a dragonfly, might be nice with the poppies. So what I intend to do is to try and make something of these with these, and then put something on them. My idea is to have like a strip. You know, my cards are all clean and simple. What I fancy is like a strip going down like this with my embossed whatever on, and a butterfly or a bird or whatever just kind of as a bit of decoration on the top. These pieces are my scraps from cutting some square cards. What I thought I would do is to make just a little frame for either side of the panel that I'm going to use. Let me just do it. I could talk forever, couldn't I? Could talk for England. Let me just get on and see what I'm going to do. So I have got two pieces there that I'm going to use in my embossing folders. I hope I remember where I put the bases in a minute. Okay, what I'm going to do is this. Let's kind of let the dog see the rabbit and just put things away for a minute. I'm going to have to use that in a minute, aren't I? That was a bit silly. Right, what I plan on doing is this, using some of this. This is black gesso. So I intend putting some of the black gesso onto an embossing folder, embossing a piece of card, and then using my opal polish. Good idea? Who knows? Let's have a go to start with. Let's do this one. Just have one piece of card to start with. What I'm going to do is to put the black onto this side. This is the side where the flowers stick up. This is the flower. This is the side where the flowers are recessed. I get muddled up with embossed and debossed. People call them all different stuff. So, you know, I'm going to put some gloves on because gesso makes, you know, your hands black. But I'm hoping it will make this black too. Now, I've got a little piece of sponge here that I've used for gesso before. These are the sponges. I bought a pack from Amazon, cheap as chips, and whenever I want a little bit of a sponge, all I do is this. I just cut a piece off. Easy as that. So I'm actually going to use the bit I already used before. So here's my gesso. Just going to put a little bit onto my mat. Don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't want to waste it, but I can put it back in the pot if I need to. Now, on the side where the flowers are debossed, I'm just going to do this. Take this over my embossing folder. And it does wipe off easily off plastic. Just very gently dragging it across. I'm doing the whole thing because I'm not quite sure where I'm going to place the... If I don't want lines, I can just dab it, can't I? Okay. Put the lid on there. Here's my piece of card. Don't know where I fancy it. Doesn't matter, does it really? Okay, fold it over into my die cutting machine, and these just take one cutting plate in my platinum. Okay, let's take a look. Right, there is my piece of whatever. Now I'm just going to give this a wipe straight away. I think it will it will come off later, but I'll give it a bit of a wipe straight away just to get the most of it off. Pop it in a clean one. See, it comes off quite easily. And even when it's dry, I can just use a toothbrush or something and get it out the crevices. All right, because while I'm doing this, that is drying a bit as well, so that's a good thing anyway. Right. There we go. I think it's dry, but I will just give it a quick buzz with my heat tool. Right, now I don't know what colour I fancy. Let's try this blue. I will wipe that up. Let's send the blue. When I first got these, I didn't know how on earth to get this top out, and I've seen people winding them round on videos, and you just push to one side and they come out. I'm going to give it a little spritz of water, and I gave it a spritz before I finished the last time, but a little spritz just helps to keep the sponge kind of soft, and a little spritz of water on top of the actual polish helps as well before you put it away. Okay, let's open my jar and try blue. Let's see what these came the other day while I was in the middle of making another video, but the one with the bunny and the chicken. Right, here we go. Let's just try. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I think it was a brainwave, people. I think it really was a brainwave. Isn't that pretty? I actually quite like the sort of, you know, this bit here that's not quite completely solid. It just gives different effects, doesn't it? One video I saw, someone said that domed sponges are kind of better for some techniques than the one that comes in the top. So I might try a domed one. I'm not sure whether a domed one would keep more of the gesso, for example, out of the sort of deboss bits of the folder. I'm not sure. But isn't that pretty? Blue and gold. It's really rather nice. What I could have done, of course, was to do one half in one colour and one half in another. Didn't think of that. You always think of it after the event, don't you? I rather like that. Let's put this back. I'm going to use my paper towel and just give it a bit of a buff up. That's a pretty effect, isn't it? Look at that. Whoa. In different lights it shows up. You see, and I like this. This kind of, it's interesting, isn't it? Perhaps I need to be a little bit lighter touched than I was over there. Well, you live and learn, don't you? So my idea to make it into a card was this. Now I thought with this one we'd look at either the dragonflies or butterfly. The dragonfly is the one I used the other day. I can't remember the make. The butterfly I haven't used before, and it's actually from the Greetery. I scrawled on the back so I'd remember. And I've cut some in black and some in white. So I thought I'd colour colour both lots and then see what combination looks best. You could, of course, just put the polish onto card before you cut it out if you want to. But I thought I'd just do as is because the randomness might be interesting. In there somewhere are two little bodies. There they are. There's a white one. And here's the black job. Right, there we are. Right, I just put some polish on these and see what they turn out like. I'm not sure if I will need just well, let's just do it and see. Let's just see what happens. Probably the best thing. I'll keep to the same colour. Let's just do this onto the white. That's a pretty blue, isn't it? You can see the complete effect here of what happens to this. Look, see? Look at that. So we'll do all the lot and see what goes best with which, perhaps. As a decoration for the actual card itself. It kind of comes as a surprise. You expect it's going to be gold like that when it comes out blue. Whoops. But these are water-based. Obviously, you saw me put water onto the sponge and things. They are water-based, so you can wash things off. I imagine you could probably do a bit of painting with this too, if you put a little dob of that into a palette of some description and then added some water. I imagine you could paint with it. There's all sorts of possibilities, I'm sure. Right, let's just have a look and see what these look like. Right, would that look nice on there? Would that look nice on there? That one looks, I think that is going to be the chap, don't you? This one looks a little bit, I don't know, insipid somehow. I think that's the one. Let me just do the cutting of this. I'll just make a quick card and then we'll see how we go. Let me take the glove off. Right, what I fancy doing is this, having a section of this as a kind of strip. That side is perfectly fine. Let's just, oh, that's the scorer. There we go. I didn't cut a very, that's not brilliant actually. Let me cut a bit more off. Trying to get it absolutely straight. Right, my idea is this. To put this, where's my card? Down a cup like this. I was going to make a bit of a border for it with one of these, just to kind of edge it. You can't obviously die cut something that you've put through an embossing folder if you don't want the embossing to flatten. So what I would do would be have a, where's my cutter, my trimmer, let's put this again, have slightly wider than the actual panel itself, cut this off, and then I'm just going to finish the edges of this by, this is a scoring board from Crafter's Companion. I'm just going to put it right to the edge of one of the grooves and just score down the very edge, just to make that edge rounded. Do you see? Just kind of gives it a finish. Let's do the other side. Hopefully our thing will fit in it. Whoops. Wasn't quite far enough over. Let's try again. There we go. Oops. There we are. I've got it. There we are. Right. Do you see? It just kind of makes it look sort of finished. So this can go, let me stick these together. I give this a little wipe. Where would we be without baby wipes, I ask myself. You see, this just wipes off, whereas gilding wax would not come off unless you used it, if it had dried like that, unless you used a bit of alcohol. Anyway, and I'm not wasting my gin on that, that's for sure. Right, let's stick this down. I'm hoping this is going to be a kind of quicker card. The last couple of videos I've made, people need to have a, you know, comfortable chair because they've been so long. Right, let's put this up to the top. Right. There we are. That's going to go onto there, then I'll trim the bottom. And we'll put our, this is the one I fancied, wasn't it? With its little body. So, what do you think? I think put that in that little space there, actually. I think that's kind of interesting, don't you? I can carry on now and do the other embossing folder, and perhaps try putting the bird. I thought the bird might like to come over. Whether we do a strip like this or something different, I don't know. Let's just stick this down, then I can chop the bottom off. Where's my that thing? Here it is. Obviously, when you're sticking something on like this and it's too long, always make sure that you can cut off the end that's the cut edge, not the folded edge. Let's get that straight. There we go. Just going to do this with this end, just to round it off. That's not big enough. I need a bigger one than that. Where is my... Oh, no. Could do with a bigger. There we are. Just to round off that edge. Just going to chop this on my guillotine. And the same thing with this one. Just drop embossing tool. Just make sure it's nice and rounded, and then we'll pop on our butterfly. We could have a sentiment, but it's a bit of fun, isn't it? I really think that's a bit of fun. Really quick, interesting effect. So, have a go. Have a bit of fun. Thanks ever so much for watching.